Welcome back, crafters, to the Crafting Chronicles. I'm Elvin the Elf, who's always ready to glue things to other things. Holy candy canes, I did it again.
And I'm Pepper, Santa's favorite elf.
Wait a minute, what makes you Santa's favorite?
Well, I did bake him extra cookies last week.
Cookies? That's cheating.
It's not my fault Santa loves cookies. Now, let's get started on today's craft.
Today we are wrapping up Crafting Chronicles with a project that's sure to make Santa stop and say, whoa, hold on, that's amazing.
And to help us make this merry masterpiece, we've got a very special guest joining us. She's the crafting genius who's been our guide through this series.
The Picasso of the pom-poms, the Michelangelo of the Mod Podge.
It's Joanne. Let's give her a big elf cheer.
Welcome to the Crafting Chronicles final project. We've had so much fun thus far, but I've got a really cute Santa door hanging that we want to make. The kids are going to have so much fun making this. We are actually using paper plates. And you know, it's funny because you can get paper plates in every color now. But I'm using pink because Santa's face is going to be pink. But you know what? I'm gluing two of them together because I want to give it some extra stability when we're hanging the pom-poms get kind of heavy. So we're just going to put some glue around this and glue that plate on there. And we can just leave that set for a few minutes and go on. So we're gonna make our Santa hat. I'm just using a large felt square, and I don't really have a pattern because this is really easy. I'm just gonna take one corner, I'm gonna go to another corner, and then I'm just gonna take my scissors, and I'm just gonna round off the bottom to create Santa's hat. So I'm going to use the hot glue on this. You can use regular crafting glue if you're doing it with the kids. Or what's fun is, Mom, sometimes you need to do kind of the hard projects and then let the kids finish up with the others. We're just going to put a line of glue here. And look what I'm going to do. I'm just going to fold this over. But we're just going to put it right like that. And we're going to glue it down. Don't glue your fingers to it like I just did. And then we're just gonna go back and we're gonna trim it with our scissors, okay? Because we don't want those kind of rough looking edges. So we'll just trim it off. And up here, we'll make it into a point. So we have our basic Santa hat. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our trim. Now, this was like a fur trim. I found this at Hobby Lobby over like by where the felt and things are, and it was great because you didn't have to cut it. But you know what, I'm gonna tell you a little secret. If you're ever cutting this kind of fur, you wanna turn it on the back and you wanna cut from this way, because what happens if you're cutting it on the front, you're cutting right through how your fur kind of lays. So that's just a little free tip for you there. So we're just gonna glue this now all along the bottom of our Santa hat, around the bend, and just keep adding some glue, a little bit at a time. This makes great little beards or lots of things if you're gonna, make other things for the holiday season. So we're just gonna keep gluing around, bringing our fur around and putting it on there. And then when we get back here, we're gonna take, and again, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna cut it from the back. And I'm gonna kind of go in between that fur and cut it. And then we're just gonna put some glue on the end. And we have finished our Santa hat. Now Santa, of course, has to have a ball on the top of his hat. So we're gonna use one of our cotton balls that we're gonna use for his beard, and we'll just glue that. I'm gonna cut and make kind of a flat place for that pom-pom or that cotton ball to go in there, and just open it up a little bit. Put some glue on there. And Santa's hat is ready. So let's go back and we're gonna set this aside for a minute and let's go ahead and assemble Santa's face. Now, a couple things you can do. You can use pom-poms, if you wanna buy a package of the pom-poms and use those. But if you're gonna make a bunch of them, I just bought cotton balls. And they worked just as well. So we're gonna take our plate that we glued together. I'm gonna set this aside here a second. And we're just gonna start gluing. Now, This is something that I know the kids are gonna wanna do. So Mom, really just go ahead. Crayola makes a great washable glue. So we're just gonna use the Crayola glue and we're gonna put it on the plate like that. And then just put our cotton balls, just line them up one after the other. And you know, they don't look any different than the pom-poms do. I mean, they really work well. So look how cute. And I think when I made this one, I think there's like 24 on there, but you know what? Who's counting, right? So let's just go back and add another line of glue right up next to that. Pick it up, show you here. I'm looking, see? I'm just putting some glue down that way. And look, we're just gonna kind of put cotton balls in between the others. And then I just kind of kept building it up. You can see this one has like 3 rows and it just makes him have a nice big full beard. So let's put his wiggle eyes on. I like big wiggle eyes on things. You know, you have something big, then they need big eyes. You know, you don't put these little tiny things on. So let's just put a couple dabs of glue here. We're gonna put our wiggle eyes in place. And of course, Santa has to have a big fat cherry red nose. So I love these sparkle pom-poms. They're so fun. We're just gonna put that in between there. And while I was strolling the aisles at Hobby Lobby, I found these great little eyelashes that are made out of felt and they're a sticky back. So I just take the back peeling off of it. So it's just, and then we're just gonna put them in place. Look how fun. We'll just put this one here to show you how it looks. Okay, so now we just keep building up our beard, but now let's go back and put our hat on and show you how to finish. Mom, I think this really needs to be put on with a hot glue gun because the glue just sometimes takes kind of a long time, so I'm gonna put a line of hot glue all the way around the hat so you can see. And then I'm just gonna kind of put it off to the side and bring it around. And then see, you're just gonna press it in the back, press it in the front, kind of lost one of his eyelashes there. And then he's got his hat. And you know, we always wanna kind of bring Santa's hat down to the side. So again, just put some glue there, bring it down to the side. We kind of didn't get everything to stay in place there. Okay, let's do that. But now I wanna show you that we're going to take just a piece of ribbon. Oh, here, I'm gonna show you on this one, okay? I just took a piece of red ribbon and I just glued it to the back and that made my hanger. Look how cute he is. Now, you know what would be fun for these two if you wanted to have, the kids wanted to have a party? Leave the ribbon off, glue a popsicle stick to the back and they can be masks and they can hide behind them and have a great time. You know what? It's just been such a pleasure sharing my craft ideas with the Craft Chronicles and Mrs. Claus and Pepper and Elvin. You've been such wonderful co-hosts. Thank you so much for letting me do these with you. Have a happy holiday.
And here it is, our Santa plate door hanger. Isn't it just sleigh-tacular?
I'd say it's ready for the North Pole Hall of Fame.
A huge thank you to you, Joanne, for helping us bring this craft to life. You've been the star on top of our crafting tree.
And to all you merrymakers out there, thank you for joining us on this magical journey from snowman to pine cones to Santastic door hanger. We've had so much fun creating with you.
If you made this craft, or any of the others in the Crafting Chronicles, we'd love to see your creations.
Share your photos with us on Facebook and Instagram at Navy Exchange. We can't wait to see all your crafts go viral.
This may be the end of the Crafting Chronicles, but the crafting fun doesn't have to stop here. Keep creating, keep sharing, and keep spreading that holiday cheer.
Merry Christmas to all, and a glittery night.